This is Total Telecom TV at the Huawei 2013 Mobile Broadband Forum in London. I'm joined by Fotis Karonis, the CTO of EE. Fotis, nice to speak with you. Before we talk about this, let's just look back a little bit. It's 2010, you're starting this innovative new company with a lot of challenges. Remind us the state of the market and what were your ambitions at that moment?
Thank you, Brian. Thank you for this occasion. So, in 2010, the UK market needed, I would say, loads of investment in infrastructure to catch up, I would say, with the most progressed companies in the mobility world. So it was a great opportunity for us, a great point to make an ambition statement and to an ambitious strategy by not only connecting the two companies together, which were competing companies, Orange and T-Mobile, but creating a new vision of putting the network in the core of our telecommunication world, of our company. So we converted this by putting strong focus, excellent engineering, excellent customer service, and a fantastic 4G rollout, which turned the whole game around. And now we are, the fastest, the most reliable, 4G network and advanced 4G network now in the world. So that's a great position to be a few years down the road.
Yeah, I mean, you're a real flagship now, aren't you, for the industry to follow. Tell us about this new LTE Advanced feature that you have from Huawei at the moment in the network.
Yeah, what I can say is that we are advancing and step by step, and it's integrating all the previous steps. So when we put forward an LTE Advanced architecture, it's backward compliant with all the other stuff, with the LTE, with the 3G, HSDPA, with the 2G. So it's an evolving process. Which builds on a very sound foundation, if you like. And what we get now from this LTE Advanced is that we actually, we blend spectrums, 20 megahertz of the 1800 and another 20 megahertz from the super high capacity 2600, and we're getting speeds that we would, putting in, 1 gigabit per second into the map. For the time being, there are devices that can take you up to potentially 300 megabits. This is the first type of devices coming out, but we're certainly putting a foundation for a further and beyond into the 1 gig world. That is something that we could never imagine a few years ago. So this is what LTE Advanced is. It's building on a sound foundation. It doesn't break the past, but it builds onto the sound foundation and into the future. It'll give the opportunity for businesses and then consumers to be, to having all the video, all the capabilities on the fingertips. It opens new horizons that we haven't even, discovered at the moment. So it's really an exciting point in our space. But it is very important that we are ahead of the curve, because we actually know that the data is in the core, and the data consumption will grow very, very fast, and it's growing really, really fast as we're talking today. So we have to build those capabilities for our future, for our businesses and our consumers.
And of course the consumers, the customers, the all-important people are coming in their droves. You've got past 1 million, 3 months ahead of schedule. What's the secret?
It's, I think, good collaboration. It's fantastic engineering. It is a very sound commercial strategy. Building partnerships together with our strategic partners like Huawei, making sure that we work very closely together, that we understand the business challenges, and we recognize some of the difficulties and we address them and we solve it in time, so that we build a very, I would say, a future-proof or a scalable solution going forward. That is a very, very important element of the success. It is this collaboration and to be really embedded into a partnership.
Now, in building this network, one of your major partners has been Huawei. How is that relationship, and what's the value they've brought to bringing this network?
Yeah, absolutely. No, we have a solid relationship with Huawei, which is evolving, and it started by bringing in the new 2G and the new 4G equipment in place for the UK, and we built a very sort of partnership relationship in order to work together, because deployment is a very hard job. When you have a network that is working and you have to build a new network in the middle of a live environment, it's a very complicated process, because you might cause disruptions, you might cause users that lose coverage, and these things did not happen because we took loads of our energy to work together to understand what is the best model of deploying 4G and the 2G equipment, the new 2G equipment at the same time. and then bringing at the same time also the communication, which is the big pipes, the gigabit Ethernet, which is a fantastic, innovation for the UK. I mean, we didn't have any fast, gigi sort of type of transmission in the UK, and this is, EE has brought this super amount of innovation and capacity into the UK. So, working in these ecosystems together, we became more and more mature, more and more effective. And then, and you see the result. We are moving now into LTE Advanced in a few months later. I mean, that is really a success cooperation. So we are very happy that this. First of all, we learn together. We land things very well together, and then we can have a scalable and future-proof architecture by this strong cooperation in transparent way, in a partnership way, that we discuss the problems, we find solutions, and we apply these solutions correctly.
Now, it's been an incredible 3 years, and I hardly dare ask you this question, but let's look ahead. What do you think you want to be providing in, say, the next 4 to 5 years?
I wish I knew, Brian. So it is really an amazing era. I think the mobility is really growing so fast, and it gives me the reliability. I think we beat physics, basically. Where we thought that physics had certain constraints, I'm doubting if these constraints really exist. I mean, using 4G, I can see the reach of 4G using the same spectrum. If you connect it to 2G, it goes much further, and it keeps all the energy and the data connectivity before stopping somewhere. But it's things are really surprising. We will see the device manufacturers pushing a bit more their research in order to get better chipsets. The battery lifetime is also a small constraint that has to improve so that it can maintain all these different processes that are going on onto this device, the video, the operation, the phone, signaling. So there are some challenges there, but I think that there will be, the device will be actually the PC, it will be a tool for accompanying, a human being in many things coming up into the future, improving his health, improving his fitness, controlling the security of his family, seeing things in the house, talking to his children, making sure that there's a better level of life, if you like. That's how I see the mobile, and our service company moving into. Then, of course, you can say, content, gaming, television, the filming and all that stuff will start binding, because they will see a very solid solution that you could actually have a one-stop shop, where all these contracts can be bundled under the same umbrella potentially. But that is in the sort of mid-term, long-term future.
Okay, well, thanks very much for talking to us today.
Thank you very much indeed.